Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Now, XRP has started to go up, and there's actually two reasons for it. It's not due to because of ODL or any kind of news or anything, but there are two reasons. One is I think the BitMEX futures have actually been unleashed on XRP. So that could be one reason people could be longing or shorting XRP up at a higher price. It could be moving up to that price. That's going to be pretty temporary. We've actually seen BitMEX futures move kind of like both ways when things launch like that, or we've seen futures move coins both ways when it launches like that. But that is a sign of the market getting more mature. So overall, like even though if it is because of BitMEX futures, it will actually retrace, but it's still overall a good sign for XRP. More price discovery mechanisms. I'm not a huge fan of futures, honestly, for any coin. But generally, it does give us more price discovery tools. Yes, it does give us more manipulation tools as well for really big players, but it does give us some price discovery tools. So it's a sign that the market is actually maturing, which is good for XRP and for cryptocurrency in general. Now, the other reason, which is I think might actually be the main reason why it's pumping today, is the same reason why ICX has been pumping for the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Now, it's not going to pump as much as ICX because ICX is a much smaller coin. Therefore, it doesn't take nearly as much money to pump ICX as XRP. And you can see like ICX went up like much faster with much bigger price increases. There's only 800 million ICX, and the market cap is still much lower than XRP. So it doesn't actually take that much money to pump ICX. It'll take magnitudes of more money to pump XRP. Now, the locality that's pumping both ICX and XRP is Korea, and it's basically all on the Upbit exchange. Now, Upbit has been pretty much responsible for almost every XRP pump, including the big 2017 one. It was Korea basically, and it's Korea again, and it's also responsible for the ICX pump. I've actually been tracking Upbit, as you can see, and I've for ICX, it's gone from like basically probably in the 20s all the way up to number 2, and it actually overtook number 1 yesterday. And when it actually overtook number 1 yesterday, that's when ICX price was the highest. It was at 54 cents, maybe even higher before it started dropping back down, and now it's dropped back down to number 2 significantly. So like increases in the percentage of Upbit price increased ICX price, and I'm noticing the same thing for XRP too. It's not quite as extreme. It's XRP Upbit's price for XRP is number 12. It was in the 20s or 30s before, so it's actually come up about 20 ranks. And in relation to that, XRP has also come up in price. Now, XRP's price has increased is only about 2 cents compared to, like triple, quadruple for ICX, but that's because XRP has a much higher market cap, has more liquidity, and it takes a lot more money to pump. Now, when Upbit starts going back down into the 20s and 30s, I do expect a retrace. The retrace won't be as fast as ICX either, because there's a lot more liquidity. There's many more other exchanges that actually trade XRP. But as long as Upbit keeps rising in terms of like exchange rank, XRP will keep pumping. Now, there's another quirk to this, and it's also Upbit. You notice this little symbol right here, both on ICX and XRP. And if you click on it, it says, "We have received reports of impeded withdrawals or deposits on Upbit. Please be careful with your funds." So what that really means is like Koreans that use Upbit, and that's a lot of them. I think it's the main fiat on-ramp for Korea for Upbit. What that really means is that they can't actually deposit to sell or dump when that's actually active. So while they're doing wallet maintenance or whatever the hell they're doing, that is a great chance for internal pumpers on the exchange to pump, because external people that actually want to sell off because of their price increase can't actually sell off. So that's actually one of the main reasons it's pumping on both ICX and XRP. It's not really because of like utility or anything. It definitely wasn't for ICX. Yes, ICX has a lot of news, but it's not like it just deployed instantly and they started using everything automatically. That takes months and years of time for the Korean government to do all that stuff. Same thing for ODL. It's rolling in very slowly, and it's not going to cause a price jump all of a sudden. But the fact that Koreans generally aren't able to actually deposit and sell on Upbit, that can cause a big kind of like congestion in terms of sells. No one is selling, everyone is buying on Upbit. It's suddenly pumping up in volume. So that's a lot of internal pump for both XRP and ICX, and that's actually why they're pumping. Now, when this actually goes away and the exchange returns to normal, that's when you might see a start of a slow dump for XRP and a very fast dump for ICX because one's pumped so much more than the other. So that's actually the reason I think it's actually pumping. I mean, most of these pumps do correlate with where Upbit is in the rankings for both ICX and XRP. And when it actually goes up, the price goes up. When it goes down, the price goes down. And they've just put a lot more money into ICX as a ratio of the coin's total volume than for XRP because it takes so much more money for XRP. So that's how Upbit affects the price. That's why not being able to withdraw or deposit on the main KRW pair is affecting the price. And that's kind of how you can keep a track of the price and see like when it's actually going to crest. Now it might actually crest before that, like for instance in ICX, it might have already crested at 55-60 cents, and now it's back down to 48. Although it might pump again when Korea wakes up again. For XRP, I'm not really sure if it's crested. It only began like yesterday, and it might go on for 3 or 4 more days. They might crest around 30 cents or so, or it just might shrink back today. But once like Upbit finishes maintenance on a lot of the coins, I do actually believe that the pump will actually be over. So that is the XRP/ICX analysis. And if another coin you see like Upbit quickly rising up, you'll know why it's pumping as well. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.